We return. Chapter 10. Our publisher, Mitty May, continues to slumber in the back. "Those glums ought to take an icicle chill," Carly snapped, jumping off the carpet and shaking herself. "Dull group of dung brains." Laughter from Lily and Thompson increased the glow surrounding the girls, and they looked each other over. "Carpet?" Thompson looked at Lily. "We couldn't ride ours in." "When you've outflown the sun, you kind of bond with your ride," Lily panted. "I think I'll be riding this baby my whole life, wherever it'll take me." She gasped. "Your hair's red, gold, glowing, and beautiful again," she told Thompson. "And your highlights sparkle along with your eyes," Thompson said, but she noticed how tired Lily looked. "And we're all going to be rainbow unicorns," Carly added snarkily. "But we've still got to find the Sandman." The girls looked at each other blankly. No one had a clue where to go. Behind them, they could hear the changing din of the glums, the drab droning now tinged with anger. "And I don't have any more sundrops stashed away. Any thoughts of where to search?" "Well, not back in Pitch," Lily stated dryly. "Not a clue," Thompson said. "I can help." The voice was tiny. The girls barely heard it. Their heads whipped around, looking for its source, light swords at the ready. "I'm here," it said in a tiny, fearful tone. Thompson stepped to the edge of their circle of silver light and knelt. There, behind a rock, crouched a small child glum, no larger than a gumdrop. "Who are you?" Thompson asked, retracting the blade of her sword and covering her light vial to mute its glow. "I'm a glum," it answered. "A child glum." Duh," Lily said. "Do you have a name?" Thompson asked. "No, we don't get names, just glum." "Well, that's not right. Everyone should have a name." "Do names come with light?" The child glum stayed behind the rock, but peeked around it. "Yes, names and so much more." "The colors, too?" Excitement tinged its miniature voice. "Absolutely. You like the colors?" "Yes, I want colors," the glum said sheepishly. "Tell you what, I'll get you a 64-set box of crayons if you get our happy hinders out of here," Carly said. Thompson could have sworn the glum child furrowed its forehead. "It would be a lot of colors," Carly added. "Ooh." There was such wistfulness in its voice, Thompson's heart melted. "Sis, glad you're bonding with little blackness here, but we've got to go." "Can you take us to where the Sandman is hidden?" Thompson asked. "Yes. Will you help me have colors?" "Thompson, should we trust this blob?" "Do we have a choice, Lily?" Thompson stuffed the light vial into her pocket, cupped her hands, and held them to the floor. "Can you ride in here? Can you stand a little light?" "Yes," the child glum answered proudly, and without hesitation, it leaped into Thompson's palms. The tiny body was shockingly heavy. "Then we're away," Lily said, and they climbed onto her light carpet. Pitch was such a maze of tunnels and caverns. The girls would never have found their way without the glum child. But with its directions, they soon came to a sealed room. The door, black of course, had a lock on it as big as a country singer's belt buckle. "That's going to be a problem," Carly observed. "We've got to hurry," Lily said as they sprang off the light carpet. "I can feel those dark fellas getting closer. And sis, I'm getting tired." "Yes, they're coming." the child glum said. What? Did you bring us into a trap? The heat in Carly's voice rose 20 degrees. No, they know the way. It is the glum pitch, the child answered with annoying matter-of-factness. Licorice has a point, Lily said. Lils, Carly, quick! Thompson had been studying the lock, her light vial glowing faintly before it. I've got an idea. Carly, can I borrow your knife? Without a moment's hesitation, Carly handed the glowing blade to Thompson. Little Glum, are there more guards in there? Yes, they exist forever next to the Sandman. Great, Lily said. What I wouldn't give for some of my new sunbeam buddies. We can't wait. Thompson shook her head. We'd better hope our light is stronger than their dark hunger. Now, I'm going to break the lock with your light knife, Carly, and then give it right back to you. When I yank the door open, we rush inside. Put all your feelings into your gifts. I think that will make them brighter. Lily, fly like the maniac you are. Carly, carve up the dark. I'll find the Sandman. He is covered, the child glum said. So let's go uncover him. As the girls turned to the door, the little glum asked, What do you want me to do? Thompson bent down to face the little spot of black. It'll be way too bright inside for you, but if you'll wait here, you could guide us out of pitch. It doesn't seem like much, the child responded, and Thompson smiled in the dark. Already this young glum was developing desires and hopes and courage. It will be the most important help of all, Thompson said. The dull, dark room, surprisingly small and exactly square, was the perfect place for lifeless existence. The 3 light gifts flashed with such intensity, it was as if 1,000,000 moons suddenly filled the cell. The guard glums, having never seen such light, fled deeper into pitch. Thompson raced to the center of the room, grabbed the fabric of black that covered a well, and yanked it away. The 3 girls peered down the long throw to the deep well, the faintest light glowing at the bottom. It was the Sandman, laid on his side. He didn't move. Mr. Sandman, we've come for you, Thompson called down. Nothing. Lily, can you fly down there and get him? Too narrow, Lily answered, and besides, the Sandman can fly. You think he's dead? Fear choked Carly's voice. He can't be. A terrible dread rose up in Thompson as the Sandman remained motionless. I'm going to climb down in, she said, and she started to swing her leg over the edge of the well. And do what, sis? You can't lift him, and we couldn't get you back out. We can't just leave him. Thompson had never thought they would come all this way and not be able to rescue the Sandman. What we can do, Carly said quietly, is carry out his memory and try to make the world brighter and better like he would. Thompson continued staring into the well, willing the Sandman to move. Outside the room, the dull drone of approaching glums heightened. Come on, Tomps. Carly tugged at her arm as Lily, sighing deeply, climbed onto her light carpet. We've got to go, sis, Lily commanded, but she sounded weary. Carly pulled Thompson onto the hovering sheet. Just as it began to rise, Thompson shouted, Wait! And jumped to the stone floor. Dung beetle, sis. To Carly, Lily added, It's her good heart. Thompson had stepped to the side of the well and was unscrewing the top of her light vial. "What are you doing? We barely have enough light as it is." Thompson didn't stop. With a quick twist, the top came off. She stared briefly at the silver sand that seemed so alive, and then shook it vigorously over the well, watching as the shimmering flecks floated down into the darkness and settled on the stone-still Sandman. With a final sigh, Thompson resealed her light vial and jumped back onto the carpet. "Hope that means something," Lily said. She guided the carpet out of the room, pausing as Thompson bent over, scooped up the child glum, and then shot off with as much speed as she could manage in the direction the tiny child pointed. "If anyone deserves dreams, the Sandman does," Thompson offered as explanation, "even if he's not going to have them in this life." "Sis, I need some help," Lily said weakly. "I think our dreams are over." Lily halted the light carpet and stared forward. They'd been flying with terrific speed through the maze, encountering no one, but always the deadening drone grew louder. Thompson had noticed Carly's increasing unsteadiness at the helm. "You okay?" Thompson asked as they slowed in the tunnel. "I'm getting swooshy," Lily explained, holding her head. "I don't know if I can fly much more." "It's okay, Lil. I'll fly for a while. You just hold on and rest." As the girls emerged from a tunnel to the exit from Pitch, just as the child glum had promised, they came to a screeching halt. Massed in front of them and blocking the exit, every glum of pitch globbed, a wall of mind-numbing moaning. "You know, I was kind of hoping I'd get home someday and draw this into murals," Carly said, her head hanging. Thompson looked to her shoulder where the child glum rode. Already it had grown larger, yet lighter, and tolerated more illumination. "Little glum, I'm afraid I won't be able to keep my promise and get your colors." The child glum nodded. "Can you still give me a name?" "That we can do," Thompson said. "And in honor of the Sandman and what he taught us, I'll give you a middle name for extra luck. So, child glum, I hereby name you Mildred May Glum. How about your nickname being Mitty?" Thompson could have sworn the young glum beamed with delight. Lily chimed in, saying, "And I'm changing my nickname for you from Licorice to Little White Sausage because you're turning downright silver." All three girls laughed, and the cave seemed to brighten at their moment of humor. "What do you say we scatter some darkness before we get swallowed up into non-existence?" Carly asked. "Mitty, Sausage, whatever you're going by, you may want to get off now before this ugly blackness starts." "I think I'll ride with you," the glum child said, "to bring you luck." An odd gurgling sound emerged from Mitty that Thompson concluded was the glum's first laughter. "Ready?" Thompson asked, and Carly and Lily both nodded sharply. The droning swelled as Thompson tilted the light carpet towards the blocked entrance. Across the distance they sped, faster than ever before. As Thompson steered, Lily held her light sphere aloft. Carly pointed her light knife towards the glums, and they charged. Thompson started to sing, a simple song the girls had made up long ago, and the other two joined in. "You are my sunshine and my light. You're better than dog kisses in the night. You make me happy when I'm sad. Your smile will always make me glad. Close to her ear, Thompson heard the glum child join in, and it made her glad to hear Minnie May's first song. A happy thought flashed through her mind. Even at the end, there's something new and beautiful. Like lightning, they flew towards the deepest, darkest spot in the mass of glums, believing they would have one last brilliant explosion of light before it was all over. Their voices rose, their light gifts flared intensely, and then blackness swallowed them.